Episode 2994 of the number one podcast at Apple Podcasts for Job Search. You are listening to or watching No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. People hire me for No BS Job Search coaching and career advice globally because I make the process of finding work and succeeding at it much easier. And one of the ways I do that is with a website called JobSearch.Community, where people are very happily shocked by how much is available to them, where I guide people through their job search and plus provide personalized coaching. I have 6 options there. There's no excuse. From very, very intensive to, you just want to ask me a couple of questions and can wait at least 24 hours for a response. So from very expensive to very inexpensive with lots of choices in the middle, and all of them you get access to all my content, all my video courses, books, and guides. There's a lot there that'll help you. So again, that's JobSearch.Community. Today's show is one about credit checks. And especially during times like these where so many people are losing their jobs, I've got to remind you, some firms do credit checks, and you got to be conscious of where your credit is and try and preserve it. Hope you find this helpful. I'm just the messenger here. I'm not endorsing their behavior. I'm just telling you that's what they sometimes do. And I'll be back in just one moment.
Someone wrote to me as part of researching an article that she's writing, asking about whether firms really use credit reports as part of their hiring process. And the answer is, generally that's restricted to firms in the financial services industry. Banks, credit card companies, investment firms, occasionally firms that provide services to those industries, but generally it's financial institutions that require this. Why? Well, if you look back at their history, people who were employed by them had access to people's money very easily, and they were concerned that someone might be tempted to steal. Now, the policies carry through even into these days with computers and automation and such, because it's easier to steal in many respects. And can you imagine what happens if you've stolen grandma's life savings? They get the lawyer who tries to present the case very simply. So you knew this person had bad credit. You knew they were deep kimchi financially, and you still hired them, and you still put them in a situation where they had access to people's money, right? Well, they seemed so honest. Obviously, your judgment was faulty about that. And so the financial institution loses the case. Their insurance company may not pay off on the claim, and thus the bank, I'll use bank as an example, credit card company, whomever, is out of pocket, and that's investor money. And if you think that's the 1%, well, you may be the 1% with your IRA and 401k. So when all is said and done, banks try to avoid hiring people. Financial firms tend to avoid hiring people who they perceive as credit risks. If you're pursuing careers in that industry, it is important to maintain a pristine credit history so that you don't work hard to get a job that at the end of the day, you're not going to get hired for.
So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, visit JobSearch.Community. There's a lot more there that'll help you. In the meantime, I'll be back with more tomorrow. Have a terrific day and be great.